Good morning, good people. Happy Friday, TGIF. What's good? Troy Grooms reporting live and direct this morning. This morning reporting in Atlanta, Georgia. Beautiful day. You know, I love nature, so the birds is, what I'm saying, chirping. It's a pretty nice, kind of cool, but I guess later it's going to probably get warm, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? I just left the gym. You know what I'm saying? These last couple of days, I actually been kind of like, distracted by some other things. And so I've been really battling with the spirit of procrastination regarding, what I'm saying, going to the gym. But I got it in today, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do it again later, too, because, I'm going to have some time off from work, you know what I'm saying, for a while. Been dealing with some kind of like undertone discrimination type stuff at my job for about a year now, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. I definitely started documenting stuff and definitely started to really go through some mental, attacks, you know what I'm saying, which, I already, have been going through some things mentally and emotionally. So I had to really, get, stronger in some areas. So, today is a new day, man. The second day of the new month, you know what I'm saying? We almost 6 months into the year, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real with you, like, being a black man in society, then too, on top of that, being a gay black man, you know what I'm saying? I mean, our attacks hit different, you know what I'm saying, when it come down to our society, you know what I'm saying, being black and gay in America, you know what I'm saying? This isn't a part two, but this probably can be a part two of what I was saying before, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I kid you not, I don't have low self-esteem, I don't think, at a level to where I settle. You know what I'm saying? I will, welcome, even meeting people. You know what I'm saying? If you come off with a peaceful demeanor and I observe and discern and just looking at you and listening to you, that you may even be worth a conversation or may even have my number for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We live in a world. I mean, Atlanta is it's like super growing. You know what I'm saying? I found out yesterday from like my Uber driver, like it's so many people here already, so many million people here already, or some large number, and it's continuing to grow. It's continuing to, there's a lot of new development here in all these other local areas. I live in Sandy Springs, so I'm like Buckhead. Everything is growing. Like, you know what I'm saying, all around Georgia is growing. Even some of the areas like Bankhead and places that I'm discovering that was like kind of like the hood and stuff like that, they bring in value to them areas, you know what I'm saying, where rent is sky high. But anyway, you know what I'm saying, not to just go off that to that, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I kind of probably lost my job as the barber at the country club, you know what I'm saying, just because actually, I had a falling out with one of the employees that I feel definitely didn't like me because I was a black man. Then too, they know that I'm different. They know the way I carry myself every day. They know that I'm not one of them in there talking about marriage and wives and all that, because all of them married, and there's one African dude, and the rest of them are, are white people, you know what I'm saying? My manager white, the country club is ran by, you know what I'm saying? We just be managers and stuff like that if, you know what I'm saying, we, get the position. But other than that, man, I'm just like, Lord, I definitely have to pull on my real gifts and talents. Me cutting hair is great, and I'm gonna continue to keep on cutting hair. Matter of fact, I got some spin-off ideas. I do travel barber as well here in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? You can hit me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll come to you, feel what I'm saying, at a nice, reasonable price. I do have a Instagram that actually I abandoned it. I'm gonna say that I abandoned Troy Grooms, which was where my haircuts and stuff like that is on Instagram. So you'll get a chance. I got on like a brown fedora hat. Y'all know how I love them hats. But I have a brown fedora hat on, and you can look at that, you know what I'm saying, that when you type in Troy Grooms, it'll pop up. That's where you can see a lot of my past work and my skill level, you know what I'm saying? And that was when I was on my hiatus. I actually stopped all social media platforms 2 years ago upon moving to Atlanta from Vegas. And that was something healthy for me. That was something I needed to do. And so I just was released, I believe, spiritually, and even, in my own self, felt like, I can come back to social media. So this YouTube, everything is new. You know what I'm saying? Everything is brand new. I've had the channel for 5 years, pretty much. I think it told me. But just me starting Groom You Media, and then also, too, documenting my life and being an inspiration to people in the world. You know what I'm saying? Being an inspiration to other men of color. You know what I'm saying? Because really, in actuality, it's definitely something that at a certain age you realize, like, all these other things don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You have to put yourself number one. You know what I'm saying? You're the one that matters, So it'd be nice to go on dates and hang out with people and stuff like that. But, I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying financially, but even that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we can't sit at the park or do something, you know, watch TV and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really the club type. I haven't really hit the club. I've been to a couple clubs here, you know what I'm saying, a couple times last year. But I haven't done none of like the Pride festivals and events like that. Like I feel like it ain't no rush for me to get out there totally and just tear Atlanta up or run the streets. I need to be out there networking. If I'm going to something, I need to be going something that's going to, you know, serve a purpose. You know what I'm saying? That's not to go have sex and be loose and all that stuff. I mean, all that is out here and everywhere you want to go. You know what I'm saying? You can meet, you know, toys to play with. But, you know, I kid you not, y'all. Pray for me as I'm praying for you all. But really, I just ask for people who really, really genuinely pray. You know what I'm saying? Join with me in prayer that we continue to press past our flesh. You know what I'm saying? Our innermost desires as far as some of the things that we know that can hold us back and distort our thinking, you know, could bring delusion, all those different types of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be healthy, not just to look good and flex and think I'm sexy. I want to be healthy because God said our temples. You know what I'm saying? You know what the scripture says about the temple. You know what I'm saying? Our body is our temple, and how we should be, you know, that should be like the first, you know, thing that we should prioritize. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of us haven't been taught to do that. So a lot of us are learning how to do that now. You know what I'm saying? But man, I don't want y'all to think either too that because I'm saying something about being black and gay in America is like my crutch. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not my crutch. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have a crutch on that, but it is something that throughout the years that we are treated different depending on our status, depending on where we are in certain circles. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be on the movie star circle and you could be LGBTQ. There's a different reverence for that. And I understand that's a level that people have attained to, you know, especially like actors and different people like producers and all the people that's in the music industry and up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's funny because, you know, I think everybody, you know, or most people now still want to strive to be stars and all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. But I want what God wants for me. You know what I'm saying? I really, really, really do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's every day I wake up with, you know, that on my mind. Like, you know, it's better for me to be by myself anyway because I can get, you know, comfortable under somebody. You know, it's a lot of things that I feel like even as a black gay man, we so needy. You know what I'm saying? We're looking for love and falling in love quick. I think most of the time it's because our daddies haven't been there to teach us how to love and how to love on us. And then we have brothers and sisters. And most of the time, if you were gay and you was the little brother in the family, you got picked on by everybody. Didn't nobody love you because you was a faggot. You was the sissy. You was the punk of the house. You know what I'm saying? You was the one that they mistreated unless you was bigger than them and you could beat them up. But it's a whole lot I could say about that, you know what I'm saying? Especially coming from the black, you know, community and you know, how I was raised, you know what I'm saying? I was different, so I was treated different, you know what I'm saying? You know, in most situations, in every situation, you know, so I think having that rejection, you know what I'm saying, always wanted to be a part and be a, you know, connected to the boys that were popular, the kids that was popular, or do the things other kids did that they wouldn't let you do. Because if you did that, you was getting beat up, or they would say, we don't play with faggot. You a girl, you a sissy, or something like that. So I used to fight a lot in Chicago growing up, boys and girls. I used to fight grown people, you know what I'm saying? I went through a lot of stuff when it came down to that violent part of defending yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had guns pulled out on me, you know what I'm saying? All kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Where I couldn't even be here to record a video, just even in the rawest form. Like, you know, I think a lot of YouTubers, you know, that really influenced me are the ones who jump on their phone and do videos and post. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought everything had to be perfect and all this kind of stuff. But I started taking heed to that and said, you know what? I got to do it for myself. You know what I'm saying? If I don't do it for nobody else, I got to do it for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to, you know, just continue to just be authentic, and I'm just going to continue to be raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? I know God got a plan, and he got a plan for all of us, but you know, the individual plan, you know, when you think about, you know what I'm saying, what you could be and what you could do, you know what I'm saying, you know, I kid you not, man, I done came this far, you know what I'm saying, I was already in rotation, you know what I'm saying, before I even got to Georgia, I was already doing stuff, I already had some things in motion, and, you know, this is kind of like a start over point for me, you know what I'm saying, so if you got any events or anybody that's doing anything that, as far as like, you know, could give me some feedback. I really want to grow this channel and this community, but I also want to bring people together too in the process. I'm thinking about doing like a barber battle, or not really a battle, expo, not nothing real big, but like a meet and greet for me in October, where I'm going to invite like hairstylists and people that I know for offer like drinks and appetizers, but also do probably have like some hair demonstrations and some hairstyles and stuff like that, or whatever the case may be. Like other stylists, I might invite them to just come, you know what I'm saying, and just kind of welcome me to the city as a barber and a stylist, and also too as Groom You Media. You know what I'm saying? And also to go follow those pages for me, you know what I'm saying? Those profiles or whatever. Groom You Media ATL is on Instagram. And of course, my old one, Troy Grooms, where you can see my haircut. And you can see some of the highlights from when I did the Total Image Beauty Barber and Trade Show in 2022 in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Which of course I have an LLC in. If you didn't know, I'm in trade shows and conventions and tourism. That's something really big to me. I love bringing people together. My desire and goal is to bring the world together, the nations together. 2026, I got some big ideas that I know is going to change my life, but it's going to bring a lot of value to, you know, content creators and influencers, and also to subscribers and fans and people who do all kind of stuff, man. I want to bring it all together under one roof, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's a project that I'm working on, and I'll share those details in the future as I pull it together. But if you got any like resources, you know what I'm saying, anything that you think that can help me, man, share that information, man. You know what I'm saying? I really need that. I want to be genuinely connected to the people of God, the people that are moving forward, the people that are not stuck. You know what I'm saying? This morning on TikTok, I met, you know, Miss Boss Lady, the lady who do all the composite veneers and teeth and stuff, you know what I'm saying, up in, I think she said Covington, Georgia, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So, man, me and her talked on the phone this morning, man. Like, you know, it's time to work on these teeth and, you know, get all this, you know, reinvent yourself. You know, that's really a goal that I'm doing right now at 49 years old. I'm 49, I'll be 50 in December. You know, no kids, single, you know, no felonies, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I am a, you know, HIV undetectable, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's been some years of a journey, mentally and emotionally, physically, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm rebuilding myself, like I kid you not, I totally am. I got tired of looking like I was dying as far as just like being malnourished, because I know what I'm supposed to look like, not eating right, you know what I'm saying, not having the right nourishment, the nutrition, you know what I'm saying, you know, causing myself to be depressed, something from within, and the things that will suck the energy out of me, you know, exhaustion, you know what I'm saying, dehydration, you know, and so now I'm learning to get myself back to a certain point, you know what I'm saying, and it's one day at a time, it's gradual, you know what I'm saying, but for the most part, you know, y'all be blessed, y'all have a great weekend, be safe, you know what I'm saying, just wanted to say what's up, you know what I'm saying, Troy Guns Portland Live and Direct, I'm gonna make me something to eat. Look at that. Yeah, so I'm building, I guess. I mean, I don't know. What y'all think? You know what I'm saying? What y'all tell me what y'all think? You know? Yeah. I don't know. Shoulders and back. I'm really, you know what I'm saying? This for me and this for God. You know what I'm saying? This is me showing me that I can do whatever it is and pull it from the inside on out of me. That's how I think when I'm in the gym. I mean, I work out like I'm training for something. You know what I'm saying? I really do. You know what I'm saying? I don't play, you know what I'm saying? I love working out by myself. I don't need a group of people and stuff like that. Even though I will work with a group, because I started like a group idea that I got wrote down. I think I kind of shared that before. Praying Fit for Life, P4L. P4FL. P4FL. But we'll talk about that stuff later. Like I said, y'all, Troy Guns Portland Live and Direct here in Atlanta, Georgia, Sandy Springs. Y'all have a great weekend. Check me out. And thank you, subscribers and followers and all the people that's, you know what I'm saying, that's following me. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk. Peace.